turn scars into skits, old wounds into bits. Every call in, every friend feels like Sunday once again. From the grind to the glow up, glass half empty, you pour more up. You take the weight we hold below and lift it on the Lavar Walker Show. This that Lavar Walker Show, where the real ones talk and the wild thoughts go. We laugh, we cry, yeah, we let it roll. Healing through a joke and a story for the soul. This that Lavar Walker Show, turn it up loud, let the whole block know. From pain to punchlines, watch the wisdom glow. Yeah, this that Lavar Walker Show. Hey, some days heavy, some days light. You still find a way to make it feel alright. When the world's too loud, when the bill's too high, I press play, hear your voice, and I remember why. This that Lavar Walker Show, where the real ones talk and the wild thoughts go. We laugh, we cry.
Well, welcome back to the Lavar Walker Show podcast, the greatest show on the face of the earth. We are in the building. To the chat. What's happening? Last night I had an interesting night. Went and did some time in the city. Just did a quick pop-up show out at the Omnia Room. It was in a lounge, just a few people. We just talked shit, had a great time. And I hope you guys, first of all, how are y'all doing? Come on in here in the chat. How's everybody doing, first of all, before we get started? I hope everybody's having a good day so far today. Hope you're feeling good. I hope everything's going well for you. But like I said, last night I went and did some time, jumped on stage, had a good time, man. Matter of fact, I did a show for my crowd I started out with, the harder crowds. It was the crowd where I came up with it, the old Uptown, these crowds that used to boo you. Crowds that demanded that you be funny because you don't have to be funny anymore. Y'all just sit and watch shit. Y'all are sitting paying $100 to watch dog shit and you just stare. You don't boo. It's nothing. It's just nothing. Just no motherfuckers ain't got no setup, no punchline, nothing. Y'all just sit up there. Yeah, this was great, because you want to get the social media attention or whatever. It's a big act. But anyway, I had a good time. I had to adjust quick. That was fast, coming with rapid fire jokes, a lot of old bits. You got to do polished bits in front of the real rough crowds. But all in all, it was good. So I'm doing today's show because I got a lot of pushback because I posted on the Shade Room that the way Daphne Joy is moving after the release of that tape, I said she's moving brilliantly and strategic. She's moving strategic and brilliantly. When I made that statement, it has nothing to do with her, and Diddy and the sexual activities that she had going on. It was just her dealing with the PR. And I hope, can y'all hear me? I don't even know if y'all, let me make sure I'm not on the right channel. Can y'all hear me? Okay, y'all should be able to hear me. So it had nothing to do with her sexual proclivities or her being a hoe or me thinking what she did was right or whatever. It had nothing to do with that. It had everything to do with how she's handling the situation. And it's just a textbook example. If you're a female or even a man and you get caught that some porn leaks of you on the internet and you in the porn, you just make sure you just stand in it. Don't duck and hide. Don't duck your head. Just go out, do interviews, be gracious. But I think she's even more brilliant in the way that she is using her sexuality to play these men, right? She did the interview with DJ Academics and she was just stroking his ego, right? That very subservient voice, very docile, looking pretty. making that motherfucker believe whatever. That's why I called her Sunshine. You remember on Harlem Nights, they had Sunshine, and she was doing the same thing. And then I saw on the Cam Newton podcast, and she's playing these men like fiddles, like guitars. She brushes her hair softly, and she fake laughs at their dumb jokes, and she's playing and catering to their egos. And that's what most, women in sexual business know how to do. And they're falling for it. They're eating it up. So that's why I say she's brilliant. A lot of sisters say, "Oh, if she was black, y'all would be tripping and all that." That's not true. If she were black, I would say the same thing. She's brilliant in the way that she's going with. I would say the same thing. Well, when Carisha did this, okay, Carisha said on a podcast, she got pissed on. She liked golden showers. She liked Diddy to piss on her or whatever. She liked to play and piss. Then the internet started talking crazy about her, and then she backtracked. I would have said, listen, Carisha, if you standing on the piss statement that you said, and you stand on that, cool. I'm with it. It's brilliant. It's strategic. Maybe that's the way you can sell your music, sell a book, or do whatever you do. But don't backtrack and then say, I was just playing. No, 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 no. Stand in it. Daphne Joy is standing in whoreness, and that's a great thing. She's 10 toes down in it, and she's using it to her advantage. She's using it to push her OnlyFans channel, using it to get more interviews, to make more money. And she has made, what she's done is she's made lemonade out of lemons. And that's why she's brilliant. But the women are going in on me over there on the shade room. They so mad. Yeah, the tape was whack. You were right. You're right, Spades, and welcome to the chat. The tape was whack, but I'm saying it leaked. What is she supposed to do? I think what happens is people expect when life is all gonna hit us, man. You know what I mean? It's gonna, those most embarrassing moments or things that happen. But I think in this particular situation, you look at it, say you go to jail or you get caught scamming or you get a sex tape out. I just think instead of tucking your tail and living in shame, I just think it's cool to just accept the situation and turn it around into your favor because it's already out. Don't go against the tide of it. Ride the tide and use the tide to your benefit. That's all the post was about. That's it. And trust me when I tell you, from what I see, there is going to be another man to line up for Daphne Joy. Matter of fact, she got a lot of men with means in her DMs right now trying to get with her. They don't care. They don't care because she's playing it appropriately. If she was sitting around holding her head down, crying and depressed and shit, no, people would kick her down even more. So that's what it is, man. Perfect case study. Isaiah Rashad, the only rapper that survived being outed. Now, was he gay or something? Yeah, if you a rapper and if they find out you get nigga, just be gay. Just be gay and say why you was hiding why you was gay. And ride the wave. Because we're in an economy where attention matters. It doesn't matter, good or bad attention. He was more than likely gay. I don't believe in bisexual. I think the term bisexual is there because, men are ashamed of their gayness and just saying they just gay. I don't necessarily believe in that term. I think you either straight or gay. And I know I'll probably get some pushback on that. You know what I mean? I think women can be bisexual, but men, I'm not too sure. And this could be a very ignorant statement, but it's okay because guess what? I'm not your politician. I'm not your physician. I'm a comedian. So, and if you are offended by what I'm saying, I'm gay too, if that helps you. I'm gay. You know what I'm saying? So If it hurts your feelings, if you gay and what I said hurt you, I'm gay too. How about that? But yeah, I don't really believe in that. So you look at this, right? And I'm gonna show y'all this real quick and we're gonna move on. But when you look at when you look at Daphne right here with Cam Newton, for instance, I'm gonna show y'all this, man. There we go. Now let's look at Daphne. Oh, okay. When we look at Daphne right here with Cam, you should be able to hear this. I want to make sure y'all can hear it because, as you know, I am doing this all alone. Now, look, make sure Spades, let me know if you hear this.
The latter.
Does size matter?
Does
Can you hear that, Spades?
size does
Did you hear that? Can y'all hear them talking?
size matter? Yeah.
Let's see.
Hello? Okay, cool. All right, let me rewind it from the beginning. So let's just watch how Daphne interacts with Cam. And for the ladies, y'all, let me tell you something, ladies, women, all the ladies, y'all run the world. Y'all don't even realize it. All you gotta do is cater to a man's ego. You get whatever the fuck you want. Like, watch this.
The latter.
Does size matter?
Does size matter? Yeah.
Let's see.
Whoa. See.
Look at this. Do you see that shit? The shy laugh. Does size matter? Does it matter? It doesn't matter. It could be that small or that big. Because I don't want to offend anybody. She playing to the ego. That's brilliant. And see, there you go. See, Cheese, you can't think the whole likes you. You can never believe that.
See. See.
I mean, just the flirtatious laughs, these fake flirtatious laughs, because what was funny about that? Nothing. Wasn't nothing funny about that shit. She is playing this nigga like a fiddle. She's playing him like a fiddle, bro.
What? Yeah. I'm waiting.
I would say that I genuinely feel that it's all about the motion in the ocean. 100%.
Now you see that? You see that? That's a strategic play, right? Because now she's just signaled to the world that any man, you could have no matter your size, might have a chance with this woman. And I know she don't care about size, because she care about money. It's about the Monties, baby.
And there are so many different ways that you can pleasure your partner if you don't feel so well endowed. And
right, because she was with Diddy, and Diddy, you know what I mean? They say Diddy's thing was small, but it was more than likely the drugs, right? He probably couldn't get it up. You know, the drugs probably caused that thing to suck back up in his stomach. You know what I mean? So he had to hire somebody to perform, to pleasure the woman. And he gets off watching her be pleasured.
yeah, it's okay. Size is not the end all of be all.
Right. It's almost like, think about the instrument, the triangle, right? You know, on the triangle, how you just, you put, I wish I had a hanger to show y'all this. But you know, the triangle instrument, you know, you just hold up the triangle, yeah, that's all. If you can play the triangle, that's what she means. So size doesn't matter. You don't need to be able to fill it up. Just hit the sides.
My honest and truthful answer.
Okay.
How about for you?
Whoa. Oh no!
Gotta keep it funky,
no,
right?
no! I can't. Hell no! Get that out of there! No, Daphne, what are we doing? What's happening right here?
You said this was funky.
Yeah, but that
Friday.
no, that's
This
poisonous.
is Funky Friday.
Listen, this car drives one way. This is a one-way street. You feel what I'm saying? This is no back and forth, no offense deep. No.
And then she just touches her hair ever so slightly. This is textbook. She even has academics feeling like he handsome and shit. Like it's amazing. And she's identified academics as having the most powerful voice in media. So she's playing, she's playing the game, baby. And they falling for it. This big pimping right here, y'all looking at.
No. I see where you.
This nigga is blushing. Do you see this? Look at it. He is She got this nigga blushing like a schoolgirl with a dimple and all. This is what I'm talking about when I say she's brilliant and strategic in the way she's moving. She's not being combative. She's not, none of that. There's no resistance. She's playing the game, ladies. So for any ladies, y'all should be taking notes. This ain't nothing but game.
See where you was trying to go, but this is where it's like redirecting.
And it has nothing to do with race. Like a lot of black women was pushing back it because it's just race. If she was black, it ain't got nothing to do with that. Exactly. Superhead was the same way. Because I don't think Superhead really used that to her advantage. Although, I mean, she wrote the book, but it's game.
Just want to give you some pulse in your blood. Rev up your engine a bit.
No.
Look, do you see how she's stroking her hair? She's playing with her hair, bro. Like, I don't even think Cam can stand up right now because he rocked up. The brother rocked up. If he stand up right now, he'll knock the camera over.
No, we don't need no rap. We don't need no. No, I'm straight. Literally and figuratively, like.
Yeah. I'm just joking.
Look at that. Do you see her rubbing? Look at that shit. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Do you see that? Look at that. Come on, man. Come on. She hit that nigga with the laser. That's called the laser beam. You see that? That's the laser beam right there. She's using everything. She's using all her powers. She's using her sexuality, her beauty, the voice, the soft giggles. She's using that shit and kicking ass out here. This is brilliant. And what? Strategic. Telling y'all, man. Listen, I'm a Virgo. The last thing I'm about to do is sit here and lie. I'm going to live my truth. Okay? I'm not going to ever lie. I'm calling a spade a spade. You know what I'm saying? Cheese, I see you, man. You right here, bro. Shout out to Cheese. He in the chat. I'm on all the platforms, but I see you. I see you. As a matter of fact, let me shout out everybody because we ain't got a whole lot today. Spades in the building. Cheese Reacts 04 in the house. Who else I got? Bradford Evan Nelms. I see you, big dog. Who else we got? Gorgeous Play. I see you. I see you. Connie Dempsey. What's happening? I see everybody, man. I see y'all. I see y'all in the chat because this is the greatest chat in the world. Horror giggles. These are horror giggles. Horror giggles. When the horrors giggle, they oh my God. Yeah. Yeah. That's what they do. Yeah. That was good. So shout out to Daphne, man. But what else is going on in the world, guys? You know how I like to do. We got to see what's going on in the world, see what's trending, see what's out here, man, because it's a lot out here. We got to keep on going. I mean, unfortunately, in the Daphne Joy situation, The person that's going to be hurt the most is probably her son, sire, who I'm sure, is hurt, because he got to go to school with this shit and the kids pulling this up. That's rather unfortunate. And I'm sure 50 is going to be like, yeah, your mom ain't shit, whatever. And that's rather unfortunate. But let's go over this. So recently, Pharrell has just done a new shoe with Louis Vuitton. As you guys know, I'm really into sneakers. And so Pharrell decided to come up with the idea of doing an LV collection by using Vans. Nothing major here. So this is what he came up with. He gonna charge you $2,000 for Vans. Not the most innovative thing to me, but however, Virgil Abloh said, if you look at a product and you change the product by 3%, that's a different style. But to me, when Pharrell is taking over Louis Vuitton, he is just putting LV stickers just on shit he sees, whatever he uses. That would be the equivalent of me in this office, like, I guess putting the LV sticker on my Rode mic and selling it to you or whatever. Like, so, but people gonna buy them because this is a way to display, I guess you got paper, you know what I'm saying? And I would love to see how much these cost. But yeah, Pharrell that's what we got. Spades 93, she yawned at him. She's not feeling them. I mean, I would probably just rather buy me a pair of Vans. I ain't gonna let them blue snake skins look hard. The red alligator joints, them kind of hard too. So, but yeah, that's what it is, guys, with Pharrell. You say Off-White was more than 3? Not necessarily. I mean, well, no, because he deconstructed the shoe and put the shoe back together. That was brilliant what he did. He did. Virgil Abloh was good in there. Let's take a look at one of his shoes. Hold on. Okay, so for instance, this shoe right here, this was a very, very popular shoe. I paid a shit ton of money for these. But the way he reverse engineered the sneakers by like breaking it down and then they put the 85 on there, deconstructed the tongue, popped it up. He did a great job. He did a very, very good job with these. So yeah, Virgil was on it, man. Shout out to Virgil, man. That's when fashion was really fashioning. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really feeling shit right now. I think, and then too, when it comes to fashion, like Kanye birthed a whole movement. Kanye birthed the whole hot couture movement, starting with Balenciaga. So really, when you really think about the fashion game, Kanye should be, I mean, I know he was a billionaire at one point, but he should damn near be a trillionaire because he brought so much to the game with fashion. Just even turning people on to Balenciaga, to Goyard, to uh shit, Fear of God. And also bringing back a damn near $1 trillion industry in retro sneakers. That was all Kanye. That was all Kanye. It took his popularity and his fame. Now, I'm not saying, he probably saw some, oh man, that's fresh, and he pushed it to the forefront. So it's all Kanye. Ye did that, man. Niggas was rocking, you know what I'm saying? I'd be 49 this year, but like when Ye first came out with Through the Wire, everybody was still in white tees and jerseys. You know what I mean? And then we kind of went to button ups, when Jay-Z said, well, he single-handedly killed the throwback industry when he said they could rock a button up and everybody was in the button ups. But Ye came and just introduced a whole new level of fashion and style and just everything, man. So, but now these people really don't care anymore. You say the last dope shoe you've seen were Nigel Sylvester's. What are those? What were the Nigel Sylvester joints? Was that the Jordan 4? I can't. Is that the Jordan 4? What is that? What are we talking about? The Nigel Sylvester, the brick, or whatever. Let me look these up. Yeah, you talking about the Jordan 4 brick? I can't. Them wasn't that really fresh to me. I mean, he turned the Jordan 4 red. I wasn't really I'm like, it's cool, but I can't really get with that. Like, that was just too. It was too easy. I mean, I put them on the level of a Travis Scott. I mean, Travis Scott didn't do nothing but turn the damn Nike sign upside down on a Jordan 1, which to me, like, it's cool. I got him on some hype beast shit. I'm more of a hype beast. I don't even consider myself like a real sneakerhead. I'm just a hype beast. I just have shit to be fresh. Like, you know what I mean? I gotta have those. I gotta have those. So, but yeah, guys, we are here. Oh, damn. Clive Davis just died. Clive Davis is gone, everybody, at the age of 94. Oh, man. I can't even. Clive Davis, the music mogul, is dead. And they put this, I'm not about to pay this subscription. But Clive Davis just died at the age of 94. Unfortunately for Clive, the baby blood that he drank every day couldn't keep him alive any longer. Clive signed Diddy to the deal. And I think Clive taught a lot of the things that go on in the music industry. A lot of those devious things started with Clive. But he's gone now. Whitney Houston, a lot of big acts. This is the guy that made all the money off of him. So the devil has died. And at 94. So he just said, hey, I'm out. He checked out. So shout out to Clive Davis. And he also said he didn't know who Puff was. They asked him about Diddy. He's like, I don't know. I don't even know who that is. Now, look, Beyonce just recently released a 7-minute vlog documenting Jay-Z's hair journey. We could all watch this together because this will be my first time seeing it. Hopefully, YouTube won't strike me for this, but who knows? But Beyonce just released this vlog. Let's check it out.
Steps.
I'm pretty sure they're going to take all this out.
Everyone wants to know the details of Jay's hair transformation. Jay told me a few months ago he was planning on combing out his locks for the Philly show with the Roots.
I don't think we really cared about his hair transformation. We just thought it was weave. And you guys have done this because I guess you want to refute that we think is weave.
He wanted to do this in honor of his father. His name was Adnis Reeves, and his favorite sports team was from Philly. His dad used to rock a fro, so he wanted to rock a fro in his honor.
Nice lock.
Now, I wasn't all the way convinced that he would be able to comb out his locks, considering he had such thick, long wigs, and his hair had been locking for over 8 years. I thought it was always beautiful that the real reason Jay grew out his hair was to show Blue that her hair was like his hair.
You know, Jay-Z needs to cut that shit off. I was hoping he would cut it off and come back out with the Caesar.
Let me rewind and tell you some backstory. Our daughter was about 5, and she wasn't feeling very confident about her hair at that time. When she told her father that, It inspired Jay to grow out his hair. We really wanted her to love and embrace every inch of her gorgeous curls. It also inspired Blue to be the voice of the award-winning book, Hair Love,
by Matthew A. Cherry,
as well as songs like Formation, Baby Hair and Afros, and Brown Skin Girl. And who would have thunk? All of this healthy hair could grow beyond that low-cut Caesar with the deep waves.
What you doing, Blue?
Tangling his hair.
Thank you, baby.
This is history in the making.
The 5-year-old Blue had no idea that her father's hair had texture like hers.
Beautiful. Good morning. It's day 2 of removing Jay's locks.
Now, Jay took better care of his hair than any person I know. He gets his hair washed religiously. And honestly, has been one of Sacred's most loyal.
And that is the way to sell. When you talk about selling products, this is so brilliant. I believe they own the Sea Creed brand. So YouTube, please don't strike this, because this is a commercial that's bringing extra ads, extra revenue, and you guys make sure you get you some Sea Creed. I am a bald man, but if your hair is short and nappy, Sea Creed will make it happy. Amen. So get you some Sea Creed, put that shit in there, get that conditioner in it. And if you've been locked up, if your dreads is locked up, you ready to let them shits out and be long and fluffy, Sea Creed is the way to go.
Customers.
What you got going over here? Got that Indian in my family.
He does.
Cherokee. Ain't nothing but no Cherokee.
His hairstylist was Nakia Collins, and I believe that Jay's commitment to consistency was key in nurturing and maintaining the health of his hair using only Sacred products for so many years.
You hear that? Use those Sacred products, because the Sacred is going to restore and give you healthy hair, as it's done for Jay-Z for so long.
And it was in immaculate condition, which made a huge contribution to our ability to retain so much of his full.
I just want to say, Spades 93, you say seasons and fades ain't cool no more. Man, you know, my son, beautiful head of hair on him. You know what I mean? And he would get his fade with his little Nas part in that joint, man. And now he done grew him a bush out. I don't understand these kids. You know, I thought a Caesar looks very good on the guy. You know what I mean? Like, that's cool, it's clean, neat. You know what I mean? It speaks volumes. But hey, who knows?
Length and his thickness.
You know, I'm not the best looking guy in the world, right? But Jay-Z, let me tell you something, man. Jay-Z lets us know it's just all about your swagger, man. You don't have to be the best looking guy in the world. You just need to have confidence. That's all you need. You need to have that confidence with your shoulders back and be kind and smile and nice. And you can pull you a Beyonce.
Wow.
And have you some money to make sure you got money.
Coming out.
Cheers to the year.
8 years of locks.
Really long. Look at this.
Now, we all naturally shed 50 to 150 strands a day. So imagine almost 9 years of locked hair.
You look so handsome.
Now, I was pretty.
And she a damn lie. You a damn lie, Beyonce. No, the hell he don't. Woo! Lord have mercy. Nah, you lying. You lying. Fresco, Texas say he don't care about Jay-Z or Beyonce. You don't think that this is a good PR move that they're making right now? They got to get, first of all, they got to get you niggas back in line. Okay? They got to get y'all black ass back to going to Target and doing what you're told. That's what this is about. So let's line it up. His album's coming out. His tours, there's too much money to be made. So now, after years of being discreet and mysterious, now we get a personal vlog, which tells me something ain't right over there.
You look so handsome.
Now, I was pretty obsessed with Jay's locks. Honestly, I didn't really want him to cut them. There's a lot of memories stored in my life. Locks can be like antennas, connecting us to frequencies and energies. Hair grows, people grow, so the transformation can be emotional.
Get the detangling spray. She sprayed in my ear.
We started at the bottom of the lock and worked our way higher and higher until we got to the base, which was the hardest to detangle.
We're using 3. You know, this is totally locked. And I'm gonna put the comb. Look. Yeah, you got it.
How much y'all think they paid that Jamaican lady to come detangle deluxe? I would, man, if Jay-Z and Beyonce calling me to detangle their locks, I need 30,000. 30,000, I come and I sit with your hair and I detangle your lock.
The sacred tools were fantastic, especially the parting tail comb.
This is
Look at that, the sacred tools. These are sacred.
a sacred weapon. It helps to have this because you're able to kind of grip.
Sometimes we detangled in a diagonal line.
Remember, all of this is locked like that. I started it sideways.
Sometimes we used our hands. Sometimes we used the brush to really work the products into larger sections of the hair. We mixed the detangling spray with the moisturizing deep conditioner and our moisture sealing lotion.
Moisture, you gotta hit them with the moisture sealing lotion. That's that's the secret sauce right there, that moisture seal. I'm definitely gonna use this for my ball hair because I got some detangling I need to do on my balls. So I will definitely be buying me some secret lotions and secret detangler.
Made it very slippery, and it gave us the right amount of water, oil, and hydration to detangle. We used the hair and scalp balm to break down the buildup, which was the bomb.
I'm very Fresco, Texas. Say it look like hair envy. I am extremely jealous. I am, bro. You know what I mean? Like pharmacy school took my shit out. Like stressing in pharmacy school with them hard ass tests and trying to memorize amino acids and molecular structures and what organic compounds would yield after you put them together and balancing chemical equations. It took my shit out, bro. Pharmacokinetics wiped me out because I wasn't the sharpest knife in the drawer and I had to work so much harder than everybody else. So I woke up with a hole in my head. And that's what it is.
There were times.
Now you being messy. Don't do this, Fresco. Fresco says Dr. Shane Brown here is just fine after all that school, though. You wrong. Don't pick on my sister, Dr. Bryant. Because that doctorate is between who and her? Her and God.
Sometimes I massaged his hair with my hands for about an hour, sometimes 2 hours for each wick until I could gradually separate his hair with my finger. It was always a great accomplishment when you can finally break that wick apart and get access to go through one lock at a time. Once his hair was fully saturated, we'd sometimes use a steamer to help the products penetrate deeper into the hair, restoring moisture and hydration. Then it became even easier.
This is day 5. Getting my hair combed out, went through it, opened it up. It's not for the faint of heart. Day 5.
I think the key ingredients are patience and love. When it got challenging, we just used more product.
There's one thing about Jay-Z. This is the beauty of a marriage, especially when you're married to Beyonce. Even if the community is pissed at Jay-Z and are mad at him for like selling out the community or, just using Black culture to his own economic benefit, he can always pull his wife out, come out and just make you niggas just shift and get back in line. Because y'all are gonna get back in line. This is brilliant. This is another brilliant strategic business move. Just genius.
And I found that you didn't have to be as aggressive and you could just let the products do some of the work. Some nights we left the product in overnight, especially on the roots where it was difficult to detangle. It wasn't just one person that removed his locks. It was a family affair.
Beautiful daughter came to help out.
I'm gonna be an influencer. We're using all of the blue products.
Working on a good one now.
Shout out to the H-Town loctician who helped start the process with us, and to Blue and every hand that contributed to this process. By the end, we kept getting better at our own individual techniques.
Does taught us.
Okay.
It doesn't hurt.
Got that technique.
I really admire Jay's patience. After 6 days of removing his locks, we spent another day detangling and really deep conditioning.
Let's go.
Blow dried his hair, trimmed his ends before we washed it. Then Letty gave him his cornrows. This is our wrap and felt bone. I'm gonna put this on his cornrows. And used our oil, our balm.
Beyonce really loved Jay too, bro. Beyonce's a Virgo, bro. Like, she really in that. Like, cause Virgos, we be loyal and shit. You know what I mean? Like, she really loved that man. This is a beautiful union that y'all looking at. You know what I'm saying?
And moisture sealing lotion for his braid down and his do-rag.
Did she say do-rag? What the fuck is do-rag? Do-rag.
And on show day, his fro was beautiful from start to finish. I want to thank Jay for trusting Sacred on his hair journey. He is forever the blueprint.
Wow, what a great commercial. Fresco, Texas, you saying that Beyonce is an actor and she is extreme. No, she not, bro. She don't need Jay. She could leave this nigga tomorrow and be fine. Matter of fact, her career go up while his would sink to the bottom of the ocean. Listen, that's a real marriage, I believe. Because she don't, like, she could bounce, bro. You don't need Jay. Think about it. Think about it. Very interesting. Very interesting. So, are you guys enjoying today's show so far? Are you guys enjoying what we do here at the LeVar Walker Show podcast? Well, y'all watching me build this thing up brick by brick every single day. Yeah. And people, for whatever reason, when I just showed that we walked through this, people still don't believe that his locks are real. Like, they still think this is a unit or something. Like, it is a commercial, but it's a brilliant way to do a commercial because we all talking about his hair. Y'all wrong. Everybody is saying this is a weave. Everybody.
He's a faggot. That's all he kept saying.
Let's see. I don't know who this guy is, but this guy is talking about the time Jay-Z found out that everybody was coming, a lot of black businessmen were coming together to start their own distribution company. Jay-Z found out. Let's see.
Jay-Z. He started talking about Jay-Z. He talked about Dame, how solid Dame was. You know, Dame was a good businessman. And Dame on his shit, but he was concerned about the nigga Jay-Z. He's a faggot. He's a bitch. He's a faggot. That's all he kept saying. Like Jay-Z was talking about Jay-Z. Come to find out, you know, Jay-Z, Jigga was supposed to have been the one who blew the whistle on the whole ordeal. On the whole ordeal, the fact that they was having these underground secretive meetings.
Hold on. So basically, what you're trying to say that
I ain't trying to say a motherfucking thing. I just said it, ninja. Fuck you mean what I'm trying to say? What's wrong with you goddamn interviewees? Nigga, I ain't trying to say shit. I said Jigga blew the whistle. He snitched. He told him he would have told them people, man. And all hell broke loose. And then from that point on, all 5 of them companies went down. 2 of them, the feds fell in and kicked in on them, which was Rap-A-Lot and Murder Inc. and Simon. They sent Simon ass back to jail on a violation. You feel me? Hit him with 2 violations back to back. Sent them back to jail on violation, got him out the way. This was during the time when the nigga left death row with Key Rock from rolling 60s. Nigga with tattoos all on his face. One of the only niggas that was out here in the city with tattoos on his face during that time. Key Rock. Literally, this is a real crip, nigga. Nigga, I gangbang growing up with as a kid, nigga. Gangbang gets Key Rock ran death row, nigga. Not no goddamn Reggie White. Key Rock ran that shit. Then Reggie White came along after the fact. But Key Rock literally ran death row once upon a time, man. And niggas was.
I guess they're saying that Jay-Z ratted out these guys. I don't know if this is true, but hey, man, I don't know, man. Are people over Jay-Z? Is this what's going on? Is the community tired of Jay-Z? Has Jay-Z just been like a rapping Jesse Jackson where he comes and shows up to get this money? Is this what's going on? They going in on. Hold on, what's this?
Convicted of shooting.
Hold on, what is this? This is some more news.
2022. Singer, rapper Tory Lanez convicted of shooting performer Megan Thee Stallion after a party at the Hollywood Hills home of Kylie Jenner. Here's the story. They're at the party. After the party, they get into an argument. Lanez tells Megan Thee Stallion, dance, and shoots at her feet like a cowboy movie, hits her. Proof? Testimony of Megan Thee Stallion, her friend Kelsey Harris, and DNA evidence on the weapon that convinced jurors to convict. Pretty simple, right? Maybe not. Turns out that DNA, only a 0.01% chance that the DNA is from Lanez. He's always maintained his innocence. He was sentenced to 10 years. So this is really about the testimony. Lanez, so what happens? So he goes away, recently stabbed 14 times in prison. Many say it was a hit, okay? Because new evidence is about to come out. All right, a little conspiratorial, but he was definitely stabbed. Lanez supporters believe that the media doesn't care because Megan Thee Stallion is represented by Jay-Z's Rock Nation. Now, I could give a damn about Jay-Z or his company. This just wasn't a case on my radar until now. Why? Anna Paulina Luna. She is a representative from Florida. You see her here on a regular basis. She says she's got new evidence, says it wasn't him. And she joins us now. Representative APL, it's good to have you.
Thanks, Chris. Happy to be back on. And thanks for taking a look at this case.
No, listen, you tell me to take a look at it. I'll look at it. But why did you look at it? I mean, this isn't your jurisdiction. I don't know you to have any connection to any of these people.
Yeah, so as you know, we are on oversight and accountability. And so this case was actually initially flagged for me by Amber Rose. And the reason why I took particular interest in it is because of the fact that they actually had evidence that they presented to me in my office that actually disproved the conviction. So as you stated earlier, that 0.01% of DNA, they actually found 4 people's DNA on that firearm, none of which was Tory's. Not to mention there was 0 fingerprints on the actual magazine. And also too, as you said, 0.01% chance. I mean, that evidence in itself should pretty much speak for itself. Also, there's been ring footage that's been obtained that actually disproves the whole dance, Megan. And so what we're seeing is really there was a case of he said, she said. The evidence wasn't actually respected and properly adhered to actually in the trial. And then they also were doing something that I would find pretty wild and egregious. They're actually submitting his lyrics for rap as evidence to the crime. So look, first and foremost, you have to have a free and fair society. That means we need to respect and uphold the justice system. So I actually reached out today to Gavin Newsom's office, and we are requesting an emergency meeting. We're also working with other Democrats, specifically to the California delegation. But I think that this is something that's pretty egregious, that the way that this was handled, the way that it was. I think that it was largely driven by headlines. And aside from the people involved and the parties involved. Obviously, I take domestic violence, I take this very seriously, Chris, but I also take very seriously the fact that I do believe, based on the evidence that I've seen, that Tory's innocent. And I think that it sets a really bad message when you have someone of his stature and also to someone that is as influential as he is, it's being wrongfully incarcerated. And that's exactly why we wanted to use our megaphone for a good reason and help get him his pardon, which I think he'll get.
So Luna, who did it? I mean, she says, and her friends say that he did it. And who else would have done it? And what proof do you have to support that? I get it. Maybe they didn't make the case the right way with the weapon, but who did it?
You know, Chris, that's not for me to weigh in, and that's definitely for the judge and the jury. But what I will tell you is, based on the evidence that we have, the evidence that we have says that he wasn't the guy. And so I do think that Gavin Newsom has some great attorneys that will look at this. But I'd also like to point out that the prosecutor specifically on this case that initially brought the charges is a very interesting prosecutor. Look into who ran him. And at the end of the day, you know, I think Hollywood, as you know, Chris, and politics does overlap. And there's a lot of interesting stuff that happened there. So look at the evidence for yourself. We've posted it for the entire world to see, to determine for themselves. And I know that Tory's legal team actually has an incredible case. And so we are calling on Gavin Newsom to issue that pardon immediately. And also remember, he was almost killed in jail. I actually talked to him today on the phone, and he said that once he does get out, once he does get this pardon, which I do feel confident that he'll be getting, he's going to work extensively in prison reform, because this should never happen to anyone.
Anna Paulina Luna, this is a really interesting one. I've never covered a situation like this before, but I appreciate you using your platform. And let the legal team know we'll be reaching out. If they want to come on to make the case, I'm happy to hear it. And we'll check in with the governor's office as well. Thank you very much for coming on.
They saying this might be some dirty Rock Nation business that's going on. There's some dominoes about to fall, people. This is what's coming from this.
Of course. And Chris, too, if you want, we can probably connect you with his dad as well. I think it's important for people to know all the facts.
Yeah.
I think this is coming from Rock Nation, guys. I think dominoes are about to fall. I think we're going to see another big barrage to sequester this of a lot more family videos with Jay-Z. He's about to have to go on a serious PR run. I don't know why they would want to take Tory Lanez down, but we could definitely find this out. I don't like this is very interesting to me. So we could sit here and let's do some digging here. Very, very weird. Let me see. Tory Lanez evidence. I think and it's obviously they're saying that Jay-Z and Rock Nation are being called out for framing Tory. It's very interesting to me, even the timing of the secret video and Jay-Z touring. And you know, I'm getting the feeling that some dominoes are about to fall here. It's very, very interesting. I'm trying to find the evidence of something from Tory Lanez. No, they haven't put anything out yet. But yeah, this is something else, man. I don't know. If you guys got any words on that, chat, come in. Maybe y'all could do some digging. We could figure this out together. Do y'all know, for whatever reason, that Rock Nation will want to frame Tory Lanez? Do we know why they would want to put him in jail? It's looking like a lot of dominoes are getting ready to fall. Something big is getting ready to break in the entertainment industry, especially now since Clive Davis has died. Yeah, I don't know. That's wild. That is so wild. And the man should be free. How do you even not have such a small amount of DNA and this man is in jail? I don't get it. They need to pardon Tory Lanez immediately. He didn't get a fair trial. This is what everybody's saying. Mm, mm, mm. What so what do you have on it, Fresco? You saying this story is much bigger than Jay-Z. Well, you saying it's much bigger than Meg and Tory. So what's going on? I need to ask Gemini. I'm gonna ask Gemini why Rock Nation will want to frame Tory Lanez. Okay, so this is what we have. Okay, so I just asked Gemini. So let's see what Gemini has to say. So choice A. The idea that Rock Nation wanted to frame Tory Lanez is a widespread conspiracy theory within hip hop, largely fueled by Tory Lanez himself, his family, and his fan base. There's no factual evidence supporting the claim that Rock Nation framed him or manipulated the trial. In December 2022, a jury found Lanez guilty of 3 felony charges with shooting Megan Thee Stallion in July 2020, and he was sentenced to 10 years in prison. However, the specific logic behind the theory that Rock Nation had a motive to bring him down is rooted in a few key arguments. So, number one, protecting a massive corporate investment. The central argument of the theory is financial. Megan Thee Stallion signed a management deal with Jay-Z's Rock Nation in September 2019, right as her career was exploding into global superstardom. Believers of the conspiracy argue that Rock Nation had millions of dollars in corporate sponsorships, brand deals, and music revenue riding on Megan's image. If the public believed a narrative where she was the aggressor, or if the incident damaged her reputation, it would represent a massive financial loss for the company. Under this theory, framing Lanez as a villain was a calculated move to protect their asset. Interesting. Number two, industry power dynamics and independence. Before his arrest, Tory Lanez was an independent artist who frequently bragged about owning his master recordings and not needing major label backing. Following the shooting, Tory's father, Sun Star Peterson, publicly blamed Jay-Z and Rock Nation outside the courthouse. He and other theorists claim that major music industry machines like Rock Nation use their immense political and media influence to crush independent artists who refuse to play ball or bow to major label control. Wow. Number three, Tory's allegations of insiders manipulating the case. Tory Lanez has kept this theory alive from prison, releasing tracks where he directly targets Rock Nation and his former defense attorney, Sean Holley. Tory claimed that Holley was secretly in bed with his opposition and leaked defense information to Rock Nation. He also alleged that Rock Nation bribed DNA experts, media reporters, and bloggers to control the public narrative and secure a guilty verdict. Now, based off of that, that insider manipulating the case, as we just found out through the news, they said that less than 1% of Tory Lanez's DNA was on this weapon, and there were 4 other people's DNA. So I don't even know why he's in jail. So that's very, very interesting. The reality of the case, despite the intense theories, the legal and factual reality points elsewhere. The evidence, the prosecution's case relied on forensic evidence, medical records of bullet fragments removed from Megan's feet, gunshot residue test, and eyewitness testimony, including a text message Tory sent shortly after the incident saying, "I'm genuinely sorry from the bottom of my heart. I was just too drunk." Attorney rebuttal. Sean Holly fiercely denied Tory's track allegations. Noted that the state bar thoroughly investigated his claims twice and found them entirely meritless. She stated that Tory was simply making false claims in a desperate attempt to overturn his conviction. Media control. Independent journalists covering the trial directly from the courtroom noted that the verdict was decided by a jury evaluating physical and testimonial evidence, not music industry executives. Ultimately, the theory serves as a narrative for Tory Lanez and his supporters to explain away a 10-year prison sentence by pointing to a powerful, shadowy industry enemy rather than the findings of the court. Wow. Okay. Mm, mm, mm. This is not looking good. This is not looking good. I think we're gonna have some real juice come out of this, buddy. Some real juice is on the way, y'all. It is, me being I'll be 49 in a few months. Just watching the fall of hip hop and just watching its demise is insane to me because it's so over for the music industry. I mean, like it's literally over. Drake is a free agent, and technology has disrupted the music industry as well as Hollywood. And to watch these corporate conglomerates begin to crash and burn is just something crazy. Well, I don't see anything else. I think this is it. Can't believe Diddy in jail. This man in jail for a corn category. So if a man flies one of these IG girls to an island with the expectation she going to give it up, that's illegal. Based on what Diddy is in jail for, absolutely. Absolutely. That's a good one. Fresco, yeah, let's go to the Strait of Hormuz. But back to what you were saying, shout out to Jay leaving 2707. Yeah, that would absolutely fit. That would be a part of the Mann Act. You know what I mean? Yeah. And Diddy should not be in jail, bro. These people are literally playing in our faces. That man should be free. And when he get out, I'm going to the party. I don't give a damn. Bad boy, baby. Let's see what's going on with the Strait of Hormuz. Shout out to Fresco for bringing that up. Let's see what's happening. Yeah, and free Tory, man. I hollered all this last year when I was covering the whole Diddy trial, bro. Let's see what we got. I want to see the latest information. All right. This is our Vice President, JD Vance, talking about this straight. Shout out to Jay Levin, yo. I appreciate that, brother. Whenever I'm in your city, please come out to the show. But because, you know, this is why I'm just trying to build my own platform brick by brick and really bring y'all into the channel. And also too, could y'all please, I got a membership page. I put a little content behind the scenes. Y'all can sign up for the membership page. It's literally just $5 a month. So, you know, check that out too. So let's check out JD Vance and what he has to say in regards to the Strait of Hormuz.
We laid a very good foundation for a successful final deal. The final deal is the house. We set the foundation. We haven't built the house, but we've laid a successful foundation to get to a good place for the American people. I think it's important for all of us to appreciate how much was done, but honestly, there is still a lot to do as we continue to make progress on the nuclear talks, on the economic talks, as we continue to demine the straits and ensure that that flow of traffic continues to pick back up. A lot of progress, but still some work to do, and we're very committed to doing exactly that. The thing with the Iranians, yes, they did threaten to walk out, or at least there were social media threats that they would walk out, but we were negotiating well past 1 a.m. yesterday, so they didn't walk out. And their technical team is still here in Bergenstock working with our technical team actually as we speak, though I imagine maybe some of them are taking a break to watch this news conference. But look, what we told the Iranians yesterday is when you guys engage in what us millennials might call trash talk, you can't expect the president of the United States not to respond and not to correct the record.
Okay. Well, I guess I thought tensions were in the strait. I didn't know if they were going to reopen the strait. I don't even know if it's open right now. I know he's talking in a meeting. And another thing too, they trying to kick the can by the road by manipulating the stock market. So is the strait open? I've just put, is it open? So Iran is saying the strait is not open, but the U.S. is saying that the strait is open. So this just popped up on CNBC. Shipping stalls in Strait of Hormuz after Iran declares key waterway is closed again. So the strait is closed. Once again, shipping stalled through the strategically vital Strait of Hormuz over the weekend, according to maritime intelligence company Windward. The data shows that a recovery in oil tanker traffic through the world's most important oil choke point just last week appears to have already hit a snag. Iran on Saturday said that it had shut the strait, citing ceasefire violations over Israel continued deadly strikes in southern Lebanon. Shipping through the Strait of Hormuz stalled over the weekend, according to maritime intelligence company Windward, after Iran announced that they had again closed the world. There was a recovery, yada yada. An analysis by Windward found that a total of 12 ships transited the Strait of Hormuz on Sunday, down from more than 21 the previous day. Let's see.
In the heavy-duty industry, you need maximum performance and minimum downtime. We have the experience and expertise to get you there. Because at Valvoline, we're more than just engine oil. We're partners in performance.
Why am I getting this? I need to see the... I was trying to see the video. Okay. It's supposed to be over with, but I don't know, guys.
Everything we do is a declaration of who we are. Here, we get inspired to make every day a day to remember. Method Body Wash transforms you.
What we have right now is purely an extension of a ceasefire. So we have to essentially allow for this diplomacy to happen and unfold. I'm not particularly confident that this is going to reach an agreement within 60 days, simply because the positions are very far apart. I think everyone wants there to be an agreement, but I just feel like that at this point, at least, I'm not particularly confident on that. I think critical is the point that extensions can be agreed on if necessary.
Nader, so if you are a tanker owner or operator, you're going to be acting out of an abundance of caution, aren't you? And you're not going to be inclined to be moving barrels out of the Strait of Hormuz. Is that what the data, is that consistent with what the shipping data is telling you?
That's exactly right. This is something that we were hearing even just as the signing was happening or even before. I think many people would have liked to see this on-off switch where suddenly the Strait of Hormuz is open. But the fact is we have had many false starts over the last few weeks and months in particular when, we hear out of Washington that the strait is open. And then within 15 to 24 hours, suddenly we realize it is not. Yes, there has been movement ever since the agreement was signed, but we have to really figure out here what success is supposed to look like. And it's particularly around the Strait of Hormuz, there's this battle of narratives on both sides. As you said, the Iranians will come and say it's closed. The Americans will say it's not. And the clarity here is that the Americans are still saying, even if they are, there's less transits on Sunday, it's still more than pre-war levels. So I think we're looking at this kind of battle of narratives to see what the benchmark is and what we're looking for as quote unquote success, but definitely an abundance of caution from all involved. I mean, getting a tanker through there is going to be incredibly difficult for some time to come.
Nader, what is your best bet then as to when ultimately we can see a return to pre-conflict levels of shipping transiting the strait?
I mean, everyone's pointing to this first 30 days of discussions. We already saw that there's been a delay in kickstarting these discussions, a 4 or 5 day delay. I think by the time these 30 days are up, we might see an increase to probably around 50% of pre-war levels. I would be surprised personally if by the 60 days we have reached pre-war levels. I think it's probably going to be a few months, because it's not just about the Iranians saying, we have set the grounds for everything to go back to normal, or the US for that matter. Again, it is down to the confidence of ship owners. It is down to confidence of these charterers to essentially say, we are prepared to send our vessels back in. We are prepared to send our seafarers back in. It has been an incredibly difficult few months for the shipping industry, particularly those who deal in the Middle East. So I think it will take time for there to be this uptick. But once there is real, credible evidence that there is the possibility of safe passage, or the assurance of safe passage through the Strait of Hormuz, I think at that point, then we might see a quicker ramp up of vessels and owners just saying, you know what, it's time to go back in.
Yes.
But it'll be a slow burn, unfortunately, at the beginning.
And there's next level of complexity, isn't there? Nader, when you speak to clients or contacts in the maritime industry, what do they want to see in terms of who?
For those of y'all who don't even understand what's going on in regards to the Strait of Hormuz, let me explain. So a big portion of the world's oil has to pass through this small strait, where these big barges and ships have to go through this small strait, which is only 2 miles wide. It's the equivalent of moving like a skyscraper through an alley. So what's happening is it's a choke point for the world. This is the world. And if this strait is not open, we could be going through a global recession, like a huge global recession, meaning like, of course, your price of oil will go through the roof. If your price of oil goes through the roof, we use oil to make plastics. We use oil for fertilizer to grow food. We use oil, for cars and travel and jet fuel and this and that. So you'll see costs rise. And what'll happen is prices will just go through the roof. Like right now, if you go to the grocery store, if you get 5 items, it's $50, man. You know what I mean? You're going to spend $50 at the grocery store on 5 items right now. So if this does not open, we're looking at a global recession, high interest rates, and no liquidity in the markets. So essentially, if this shit doesn't open, the world is pretty much cooked. And one of the main problems we're having right now with this deal is that Israel still wants to occupy Lebanon. And Iran is like, no, no, no. We will close this fucking strait if Israel don't get their ass out of Lebanon. So Israel is actually mad at the US for even trying to make this deal. And Trump is saying, yo, I don't know. I think they're insane. That the Israeli people are insane. Netanyahu is losing his fucking mind. And, we need to just let Israel be what it is. Let them fight their own battles and pull out. We just need to pull out. We need to open this straight. And we need to move on with business. Get these interest rates back low. Get these houses in the U.S. to selling. And just get the money back flowing, man, because it is really tough out here right now. So that's why we need this to open. And also, too, Trump is desperate because I'm looking at the midterms coming up, and the midterms are going to bleed blue.
Ultimately ensures freedom of navigation and safe passage for international shipping, because these are international waters, in theory, governed by UNCLOS, but at the same time, both Trump and Tehran want to impose tolls. What kind of template does the maritime industry want to see govern freedom of navigation through the strait?
Right. I mean, look, the maritime industry in general, I think, would love if they could just close their eyes, reopen their eyes, and just things go back to the way things were when it comes to international insurers and companies with lots of credibility and who have been around for many years.
Now, I will say this looks good. $76. We are well below $100 a barrel. So that is really, really good. Now, that's looking good. That's looking good. This is what you want to pay attention to, the crude oil price. At about $150, $200 a barrel, we would trigger a global recession, a worldwide recession. So that's good.
The problem is that now, yes, the discourse has changed a lot around the Strait of Hormuz. Now
and also, too, I would hope that the U.S. would, incentivize more EVs. I mean, eventually it won't matter because EVs are just superior cars when it comes to driving than an ICE car. So essentially, we'll all have EVs and we won't be so dependent upon oil at all, oil or gas. And that will really help us. So there we have it. There we have it, guys. I mean, they definitely they were incentivizing EVs, but they can't. It was the thing with the EV. They were like, "Well, we doing it for the environment and this, that, whatever." And then the other political side of the part, like, we gotta pump oil and fuck the environment, so no more for EVs. And we want to remove the restrictions so that we can compete globally. But it doesn't matter because EVs are just superior to gas cars. They're just superior. If you in an ICE car, it's cool, but they're dumb at the same time. So the EVs in China right now, they got an EV that could give you 930 miles of range. So, you don't have to get an oil change in EV. You don't need a transmission flush. You don't need anything. And I have an old Tesla Model S. I have an old model. And it did have a slight heart attack. I thought it had bricked, but it came back to life. So I'm still driving it. It doesn't have much range. My range, I think I might be losing some sales are dying, but I'm going to ride it until it just completely dies. So that's where we at. That is where we are at. So I hope y'all got that. I'm just trying to give a little game in regards to the EVs. SpaceX is crashing. Damn, I just put $300 on SpaceX. It's cool. It'll be back up.
So far, your business, bruh.
You said they'll throw it. I mean, you can get a used one. You can get a used Model 3 for like 15 grand. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the depreciation on them kind of crazy, but it's worth it. They paying for themselves, bro. So it's a better car.
Hang on.
Well, guys, I think we're done. I don't have nothing. Y'all got anything else y'all want to talk about? So I'm about to get out of here. I got to put some content out and begin my day. Y'all got anything? I guess we can wrap up right here, guys. So shout out to everybody that tuned in today. I'll be back tomorrow where we can have our talks and have fun. This is fun. The LeVar Walker Show, guys. So thank you all for coming. Appreciate you guys. My name is LeVar Walker, and some call me Dr. LeVar Walker, real doctor degree. Call me. I'm out.